I have an idea. I have an idea for technology. It's very simple. Listen to me. Trackable glasses. I don't want to shop with my glasses. I don't want to take pictures with my glasses. I don't want to play games on my glasses. I just want to be able to find my glasses. Just a little microchip in the glasses so I can ping it, I can hear it from anywhere. I can walk straight to the glasses, no turns, no detours, no pass and go, no $200. $200 would be nice. If we could find a way to get me $200 in the process of getting to the glasses, that would be okay. I just want to spend less time looking for my glasses and more time looking through them. If you're new here, hi, my name is Morgan and I am a wearer of glasses when I can find them. I'm also a 29-year-old residing in the city of Chicago, and I like to share videos about my life here, about my anxiety, about navigating my 20s. I like to keep things realistic and lighthearted, but I also love a good introspective moment. I want you to never know if you're gonna laugh or cry while you're here, or both at the same time. But so today I thought we'd just hang out during a very regular day in my life while working from home. Oh, parkour! I'm a part-time content creator, part-time corporate employee, and today is a content creator day, so you're gonna help keep me on task while I'm left to my own devices in this apartment with no supervision, except that of my dog. Feel free to get some work done along with me, or just sit back and enjoy the coziness. It's gonna be chill, it's gonna be very chatty. I have some extremely exciting updates to share with you guys. Guys, I got a new cup. I used to not be able to burp. Isn't that weird? And now I'm just questioning all my knowledge of English muffins. All right, so if you think you'd like it here, make sure to subscribe, and yeah, I can't wait to hang out. Oh, haha! They were sitting right back here next to my shoes, which in hindsight makes sense because I changed yesterday out of a turtleneck, and in doing so took off my glasses because the turtleneck would pull off my glasses onto the ground and then I would step on them and break them. Obviously that's exactly what would happen, so I took them off, thinking that that was an excellent idea, and I set them in my closet, and then I put on a sweatshirt, Goosey, and then I put on a sweatshirt to go walk my dog, and I forgot about them for the rest of the night and morning until right now. You wanna go outside, sir? Oh. Okay, so I have my to-do list all ready to go for today. I have 7.58 hours of tasks. This does also include basic life things like eating lunch and making a smoothie. I don't really think I'm gonna get all this done today. I know I'm not gonna get all this done today. I should actually, where's a highlighter? Okay, I'm gonna highlight the things that actually need to get done today, and then the rest will just be nice to haves, or nice to do's, nice to have done's. They're optional. Okay, I have 6 priority things to get done today, and 8 would be nice to get done today things. So let's just get started with task 1, which is to film my White Lotus recap for TikTok and Instagram. Okay. Where did I put my phone? Where did I put my phone? Where did I put my phone? My phone is recording. You're doing that because this has to do this. Okay. If you follow me on Instagram or TikTok, you might have seen these videos I do reacting to television show episodes, but I do them in like my mumbling to myself format. It's kind of weird to explain if you haven't seen them, so if you know, you know. But I started doing them while I was watching Traders, and they were so fun. Like, obviously there's a lot going on in the world, and television has been such an escape for me, and so it was really fun to bond with you guys over that. So I've continued doing them for other TV shows, most recently The White Lotus, and if you've ever wondered what it looks like to film them, here it is. This is me pretending to talk to my TV that's off because I already watched the show and took a bunch of notes. And my mumbles are a mix of my genuine in-the-moment reactions, like I will literally write things down that David and I say while we are watching the show, and then also as we're discussing it after the fact, or as I'm just reflecting on it, I'll usually come up with some additional mumble ideas. And sometimes these are really quick to film, and then other times, like this time, it takes me a while because I have so many thoughts and reactions, and then I usually end up filming way more than what ends up in the video.
I'm not really sure how I expected this to start. It was not with Frank doing parkour down a hotel hallway in cheetah print underwear. Why is Rick back at the hotel? You can't just tip over a wealthy woman's husband and then go back to her hotel.
And another thing with this one, the outfit I was wearing, it wasn't holding the mic up very well, so it was falling underneath my clothes and making the mumbles too mumbled. So I ended up having to refilm a lot of things, and all in all, I think it ended up taking me like a little over an hour to film.
My Jake White, you are on my list of people with whom I have a bone to pick, right after Ben Stiller.
I am hungry. I am so hungry. Let's make a smoothie. I don't know if you guys have already watched the season finale of season 3 of the White Lotus, but if you haven't, maybe skip these next couple minutes because there may be spoilers. But I watched it last night? No, the night before. I watched it the night it aired. And I will say that of all the seasons of White Lotus, this was probably my least favorite, but I don't think it was bad. There are a lot of people who think it was bad. I'm extremely frustrated. This is the most frustrated I've been with an ending. You know why I think some people don't like the White Lotus though? Is because they expect it to be a murder mystery. And like it is, but it's not. It's really just, it's social satire, but it's layered over top of a murder. So then I think some people watch the show just wanting it to be about the murder, but it's not about the murder. It's actually more about all of the characters, regardless of who dies. I thought the commentary around Lori's monologue about friendship or whatever has been kind of interesting, because from what I've seen online, most people are like, oh my god, it was such a nice speech, it had me in tears, it reminded me of my own friends, it was so sentimental. And that's not really what I took away from it at first. I thought it was kind of sad. People are like, oh, like it depicted what real friendship is like what unconditional love is like. And yes, it did. I don't like totally disagree with that. I think it just depends on your perspective when you watch it, because like I see myself in Lori's character in the sense that she seems to be the third friend. Like in a group of 3, there's usually 2 people that are closer and then there's a third. And in my experience, I'm usually the third friend. So when she said the line, I'm just happy to be at the table, I kind of took it as like, I'm just glad you guys let me be friends with you because you don't really need me. Like there were multiple times throughout the show where they showed Jacqueline and Kate, I think is the other girl's name. They showed them 2 together and they showed Lori off by herself. And to me, that insinuated that she, again, was the third, that she was feeling kind of left out. And listen, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I read it wrong. Honestly, I think the whole thing is kind of up for interpretation, depending on what your perspective on friendship is, depending on what your usual role is in a group dynamic. But to me, it just kind of read as like, I'm just glad you guys let me be here. And that made me kind of sad. Also, Jacqueline and Kate, before her speech, being like, I just had the best time. I just had the most wonderful time. I was in such a great mood. I was like, what the fuck? You guys were in a great mood the whole time. That was you guys in a great mood. It just kind of reminded me of when you go on a trip or you go somewhere and you end up having a bad time, but you expected it to be a really fun time and now you're trying to convince yourself that it was a good time so it doesn't feel like it was a waste of time or a waste of money. That's what that was giving to me. It was kind of just like, okay, so we're gonna ignore all of the conflicts that we had and just pretend like we had an amazing time. So the perspective from those 2 wasn't giving me the vibe of like, oh, this is going to be a happy, functional friendship going forward. But then Lori's speech, she admits that this time made her reflect on her own choices and that life in general has been making her reflect on her own choices. And then the line about we're going through life apart, but we're still going through it together. That one obviously hit me the most. I'm literally gonna cry right now thinking about it. I think anybody who's had a long distance friendship, like that line is gonna resonate with you. So I do think it was a beautiful speech about friendship. I'm just surprised that nobody else is recognizing the fact that it's also a little bit sad, that it's also a little bit dysfunctional. I don't know. Again, I think depending on your experience with friendships, you're gonna interpret that differently. So that was my interpretation of it. But that was the most important thing for me to get done today. So I'm gonna finish making the smoothie and then I'm gonna go get that footage uploaded and do the second most important thing for me to get done today, which is edit that video. Okay, I lied. The next most important thing for me to do actually is I need to post a sponsored story on Instagram. Instagram is doing this thing on stories where I upload a video and it like puts a filter over it that makes me look very pale and it like won't go away. Whatever, I'll just look like a ghost. This is a paid partnership. I always get so nervous to post sponsored things. Like, even though this is the exact video I sent to the brand and they're like, this is good. I'm like, I'm gonna do something wrong. I have hashtag ad, I have the title, slide 2, slide 2, slide 2, slide 2. Okay, done.
Okay, I really need to take this bra off. And I need to drink some water. I haven't had any water like all day. Where is my water bottle? Okay, but like actually where is it? I thought for sure it was gonna be in my office. Found it. Okay, bra off. Oh my god, that took me way longer than I thought it was gonna take to edit that video. Hold on, I might accidentally flash you. I'll be right back. I planned for that to take me like 2.5 hours. 2 hours and 45 minutes is what I thought that would take, and it took me, I don't know, significantly longer. Because I had to refilm a couple things, and I thought of funnier things to say, so I had to go back and refilm. But we are done. I only have 2 priority items left. One of which is to eat lunch. It's 3 o'clock and I have not eaten lunch yet. Oh, but I also wanted to show you, okay, side note. So I'm working out in our living room today. Oh, hi Goose, hi. Hold on, Goose needs butt scratches. You need butt scratches? Oh my goodness. So I'm working out here because my office is incredibly messy. So it just feels calmer to work out here because I finally got our gallery wall done. So it's just like really nice and I want to enjoy it. Do you want to see it? I don't really care if you want to, I'm gonna show you anyways. So we finally have pictures up. I wanna put one more frame there, but I'm waiting to find the perfect one. I think something a little bit more ornate, something that kind of goes with like this and with this one. But I'm just glad to have some of our memories up now because we really didn't have anything out before. All of our pictures were just shoved in a drawer in my office. So now they're not. This picture is from our trip to Switzerland. This is David and I in the Rockies. That was right before I had to climb up a waterfall and started crying. This is in Tanzania. We did not take that photo, but David has been to Tanzania. Unfortunately, all of his photos from there were guy photos. And by that, I mean blurry, cropped very strangely. So we decided to go with a photo that was taken by somebody else, but that still represents his time there. Here's Goose on his first hiking trip. That's a photo of a building in Milan. We also did not take that photo, but we have been to Milan. That's me and my mom in Ireland. That's more of Switzerland. That's Barcelona. This is an ambiguous street corner. It's just a painting that David and I found at the thrift store and we liked it. And then that's London, my favorite city ever, other than Chicago. Then we've got Venice, a fake plant, and then photos of some of our friends, but I don't want to show you all of them because some of them don't have social media and so I don't know if they would want to be on here. Oh, and then me and David in Tennessee. You can't really tell we're in Tennessee. I just think it's a nice picture of us. And by that I mean David's looking at me like I'm the greatest thing to ever walk this earth, which is exactly how he should always be looking at me. And then here's a tiny mirror that you can't see yourself in because it's too high up. At this point I was very irritated by how sweaty my clothing was making me, so I needed to immediately go change. And then I was talking to you guys a little bit about how I was gonna go make lunch, but my mic wasn't on. So just here I am making lunch. I'm asking Goose to help me make lunch. Like he could do that. Obviously he can't. He could because he's the smartest dog ever, but he can't because it's not in his job description and I never want to make him do anything that's not in his job description. So anyways, here's me making lunch. Enjoy. For breakfast sandwiches, we've been using these Morningstar Farm sausage patties. They're made with plant protein, so they're not meat. At first we were using their plant-based bacon, because usually we put bacon on our breakfast sandwiches. But then the bacon had red dye 7000 or whatever, the dye that you're not supposed to eat because it'll give you cancer. But then you're also not supposed to eat the real meat because that'll give you cancer. Everything gives you cancer. You know, you just gotta do your best. But so we bought their sausage patties instead because there's no red dye. As you can see, it mostly looks like a hockey puck. But they're pretty good. They also have 9 grams of protein in them. So sorry the microwave's on now, it's kind of loud. But that's a decent amount of protein. Enough to keep me full when I have avoided eating for most of the day. I didn't intentionally avoid eating. It's just, I looked up and all of a sudden it was 3 o'clock. It's actually now 4 o'clock. Avocado.
that was way too much ketchup. Why did it come out like that? That's what she said. Okay, so question for you guys on English muffins. Do you consider this to be the top of an English muffin or this to be the top of an English muffin? Because for my whole life, I've considered this to be the top because it's got like seeds on top of it. So to me, that reminds me of like a burger bun. Like the seeds are on top, the seeds aren't on the bottom. So this is obviously the top. But when we were making these the other day, David was like, why did you put the avocado on the top of my English muffin? And I was like, what are you talking about? It's on the bottom. And he was like, no, this is the top. He was like, look at how they come in the packaging. This is the top. And like, he wasn't wrong. This part was up in the packaging. This was on the bottom, indicating that it was the bottom. But I've never once thought it was the bottom. And now I'm just questioning all my knowledge of English muffins. This is getting kind of messy. Guys, I got a new cup. I'm very excited about it. Isn't it cute? I saw it at the thrift shop. It was the only one. Like, it wasn't a set. And I was like, David, I really like this cup, but I think it's dumb to buy it because it's not part of a set and we already have so many random cups. So then I just kept walking past it and I convinced myself that I should just buy it anyways because it's probably kind of lonely. And like a lot of other people probably also don't want to buy a lone cup, so it's just going to be alone forever. But if I buy it, it can live with me. See, and now it's getting used. Like, it's much happier. I know it's much happier. Also, a lot of our cups are really small. Like these are our other cups. What is this? This barely fits anything. These were a gift, and they were a lovely gift. I really enjoy them. Very pleasing to look at. The texture is very nice on my fingers, but just logistically, they don't hold very much. But look at how much this holds. It's almost a whole spindrift. Can you see the fizzies? Focus on the fizzies. The camera doesn't understand. Okay, I'm gonna try it again. Show the people the fizzies. Oh, it's not as good. It's not as good. You could see them dancing before. It's fine. You know what I'm talking about. I actually didn't like fizzy drinks for the longest time. It wasn't until I was a fully grown adult that I was okay with them. As a child, I felt like it was burning the inside of my mouth. Like every time I drank a pop, I would cry. I'm like the only kid who was like, please, for the love of God, don't give me a Coca-Cola. No, you know what finally got me into fizzy drinks? Jones soda. Does anyone else remember Jones soda? There was this girl at my school and she would always bring Jones sodas for lunch and she would let me try some of it. And I was like, oh shit, I've just been drinking the wrong soda. Enough of this Coca-Cola, I need this Jones stuff. So I'd go home and be like, Mom, can you buy Jones soda? And she's like, absolutely not. She's like, it's filled with sugar and we don't have the money for you to be drinking fancy sodas every day. She was like, also it's in a glass bottle and I don't trust you to not break it. And I was like, fair. But on special occasions, I would get to drink Jones soda. And that was my favorite type of soda for a really long time. So terrible for you. Truly awful, but tastes delicious. I wanted to thank everybody who left a comment on my last vlog, which was a few high anxiety days in my life. I had talked about wanting to try medication and asked just if any of you had tried it and what your experience was. And a lot of people gave me their perspective and it was super helpful. A lot of people left really long comments. I haven't been able to respond to all of them, but like when people leave really long thoughtful comments, I want to try to respond because like you took the time to share that with me, so I want to take the time to acknowledge it. But there's just a lot on there, so I haven't gotten around to all of them. I don't know if I will, but if you left a comment, just know that I really appreciate it. I got my Lexapro prescription filled. I haven't started it yet because I want to wait for a slower week just in case I do get side effects. Like if I get super tired, I don't want it to be a really busy week because then I'm just gonna get more anxious about the fact that I'm super tired or that I don't feel good. So I think I'm gonna start it this upcoming Sunday. Right now it's Tuesday. Oh my God. I thought that was gonna be a really tiny burp. I'm sorry, that's rude of me. I used to not be able to burp. Isn't that weird? Like when I was a kid, my sister would burp really loud and I would try to burp because I wanted to be like my big sister and I literally couldn't. All that would come out would be like that wasn't it. It was actually quieter than that. It was like nothing. It was like that. Did you hear that? Probably not, because that's how quiet my burp was. And then I don't know what happened when I became an adult. Like it just started, I got more burpy. There's more carbonation going on in there. I don't know what causes burps. I do drink more carbonated drinks because again, it wasn't until adulthood that I enjoyed bubbly things. I think I I think I overcooked the sausage patty a little bit. It's kind of chewy. It's not normally that chewy. But yeah, so Lexapro is filled. We're just waiting on trying it. I'll let you guys know how it goes. Your comments gave me really a lot of hope. Somebody said something along the lines of when they weren't on medication, their thoughts felt like they were sitting in a basket and there was just a bunch of thoughts in there, and like thoughts that were at the bottom, they like knew they were there, but they couldn't really reach them. And then once they started medication, they felt like their thoughts were divided into categorical baskets, so like each basket was a category, and then it was much easier to sort through their thoughts. And I was like, wow, thank you for describing the inside of my brain. So I really hope the same thing happens to me when I start taking it, because I've never seen somebody more clearly explain what my brain feels like, and I would love for it to not feel that way anymore. Okay, Goose, you gonna lick the plate? Okay, so the last thing that's on my priority list is to make a dentist appointment. I also really need to make a hair appointment because my hair is getting real scraggly. I had an appointment for like a month ago, but my guy had to cancel because he got sick, and he texted me to reschedule, and then I texted him back, and then he didn't text me again. And I know that if I call the place, they're gonna be like, he doesn't have availability for 2 months. I'm gonna be like, that's cool, but like he canceled on me, so is there any way I can get in sooner? But I don't want to make a phone call because I don't like making phone calls, so I've been avoiding that. But then also I've been thinking about switching hair guys. It's just, he's cut my hair uneven 2 times now, and my sister also used to go to him, and she said that he cut her hair uneven too. So I get home from my hair appointment and I still have to cut my own hair, and like I don't have a lot of hair, so I feel like you should be able to get it right, you know? But then I don't want to take the time to find somebody else because it's so hard. But okay, dentist appointment is what we're focused on right now. Once I got my dentist appointment made, I was done with my priority items, which meant I could move on to some less urgent things, first of which was making my EcoShip donation. If you don't know, I donate 5% of the profits from my Notion templates to a local environmental nonprofit called EcoShip. They collect used packaging and redistribute it to small businesses to use for free, which helps out the businesses and also helps reduce waste. They also host some workshops and events at their space, so check out their website if you want to learn more or just figure out where you can drop off your used packaging. Once I was done with my donation, it was approaching 5 p.m. and over half my list was done. I got 8 out of the 14 things on my brain dump list finished, so I decided it was time to call it a day. It's almost my favorite time of day. Sunshine in the living room time. Hi, Goose. We like sunshine in the living room too, don't you, buddy? Wiggle butt, wiggle butt. Goose, should we wait for Dad to get home to go on a walk? We could all go together. You just made a stinky burp, sir. You have to say excuse me. Oh, Goose. Okay, well, I think this is gonna be the end of our vlog because this was a work from home day vlog and I'm officially done working, so that makes sense. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you had fun. I hope maybe you got some of your own work done, or maybe you just sat on the couch and enjoyed a fun drink, or no drink at all. Maybe you just sat on the couch. I hope you did something that you enjoyed and that you feel good after watching this video. If you liked the time we spent together, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Okay, bye, Goose. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe so that the algorithm knows you like it here and will maybe show this video to other amazing people like you. I really enjoyed catching up today, and thank you for keeping me company while I attempted to get some things done. I think I ended up getting a lot of really great work done today. It's funny to look back on my work day and be like, for my job today, I watched the White Lotus and made a video about my reaction to it while whispering into a microphone. You know, like that's such a weird job, but it's cool, it's fun. So, okay, David's gonna be home soon. We're gonna take the Goosenator out and then eat some dinner. But again, thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.